Hey guys, and welcome back. So today's video, I am finally testing out the ColourPop No Filter Foundation. I recently placed an order on ColourPop and picked up some of their stuff. I already did unpackage it. I wanted to show you guys though everything that it came in. So it just came in an envelope like this. Normally when I've ordered from ColourPop, I don't know if this is just me, but I've always gotten a box, so I was and I ordered more than I have in the past this time, so I got it in a package, but it was fine. Everything was bubble wrapped very nicely and secured. And they did send this card that just says "You're a peach." I thought that was kind of cute. And then I will show you guys what I ordered. Okay, so I got a foundation brush for free. It was like the promotion they were running. This is the ColourPop brush F17. It's just their smaller, medium size. I think it's the medium foundation brush. So I want to try it. I don't really think I'm gonna like this for foundation. It's very soft, but I prefer a brush like this for foundation and where it's more like densely packed. Of course, I got the ColourPop No Filter Foundation in the shade Fair. Oh, I got Fair 10. No wonder. Okay, because I think I totally messed up and got my completely wrong shade, which I want to say it is a good problem for me to have because I never have really had this problem where there's too many fair shades to choose from, but we're going to try it out. If I have to mix it with another foundation to use it in the future, I will, and I might just order a new shade completely. But yeah, I think I messed up on the color because there's 42 different shades of this foundation, so that is awesome, and it actually gave me problems trying to figure out my shade. I really just didn't know, so I just guessed, and I do think this is going to be too light. But it's okay, we'll make it work. I picked up their No Filter Concealer in the shade Fair 02, their No Filter Setting Powder in the shade, I just got it in Translucent, and then I got a Super Shock Highlighter in Monster. I never tried their Super Shock Highlighter, so I needed it to get free shipping, so I just went ahead and picked this up as well. So let's just go ahead and hop into the review part of this video. Okay, so first off, this foundation comes with a pump. You do get a little bit less than an ounce of product. I think you get 0.8 ounces of product, which I mean isn't horrible, but I would prefer a full ounce. But from what I've heard, this is like really good coverage, so I don't know. But this is what the bottle looks like. It has little stars all over it. It has a pump that has a click lock. So you can test that out. I did test the shade already. That's why there's some on the pump, because I was like, I don't think this is going to be the right shade for me. It retails for $12 on their website, and it comes in 42 different shades, and it's organized by fair, light, medium, medium dark, dark, and deep dark. And then you can also organize it by undertone, so neutral, warm, or cool. I thought that was really helpful because I'm usually a cooler or neutral undertone. I don't really have any pinks or yellows. I know I have redness, but my actual undertone isn't that. You can also match by brand, which I kind of did that. I did it by the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and I ended up with this one. I still don't think this is going to be my shade. I mean, it looks pretty light in the bottle. So this foundation claims to be oil-free, full coverage, formulated with soft blurring pigments to give you a long-wearing natural matte finish, no filter needed. And this foundation is cruelty-free. So their application tips say, I'm just going to read it off their website. It says, start in the center of the face, blend outwards. For maximum coverage, use a large foundation brush or kabuki brush. For medium coverage, use a duo fiber brush or a blending sponge. It says that you can build it up and apply another layer of foundation for more coverage. And then it says to use their concealer and their setting powder, to get you to use the rest of their products. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump in. I didn't prime my face. I just kind of want to see. I'm not really into priming as much as most people are. I'm just going to do half and half of my face with a brush and a sponge, and we'll just go ahead and apply this. I did moisturize, but that's it, and it's just like an oil-free moisturizer. So let's go ahead and pump some out. I feel like it's going to be so light, but we'll see. Let's see. Very liquidy. I did see that. Let's just do 2 pumps. Okay, the pump doesn't pump out as much product. I feel like I had to do 2.5 to get this amount. So that's what the shade is looking like. Again, very runny. I don't think I've used this runny of a foundation ever. All right, so I am gonna take their brush and just pick some up and dot it. Oh, this shade doesn't look too bad. And dot it onto my face. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna like this brush for blending, but I do like it for nose creases and stuff. I just feel like I'm painting. All right, so I dotted that on my face, and we're just gonna start blending it out. Actually, the shade doesn't look terrible. I'm actually really surprised. I mean, yes, it is lighter than what I probably could have gone a shade or 2 up, but I'd rather have it too light because it's easier to make it work than a foundation that's too dark, I think, because you can just add bronzer or just mix in like some drops or mix in a deeper foundation. So far, I'm really impressed with the coverage. I feel like I didn't put hardly any product on my skin, and I'm getting pretty good coverage. I mean, it's definitely not full because you can still see a lot of like texture and stuff coming through. I'm gonna go ahead and go over this side at the end with the sponge because the brush isn't bad. I just do not prefer this kind of a brush. I prefer this kind of a brush. So I am just gonna kind of stipple over it. I do wanna try to build it up one more time just to get a little more coverage once this kind of set. Let's go ahead and do this side of the face, and I'm gonna use a sponge. I'm gonna pump out a little bit more onto my palette, and I'm gonna use my Sony Kashuk sponge. Actually, I'm gonna use that brush to put it onto my face because I feel like it did a good job not soaking up product. Because I feel like this product is gonna be sucked up with my sponge. And then blend it out. And this sponge is damp. That definitely got, well, I mean, looking at up close and natural lighting, I think I got about the same coverage. I still have some left over on my palette. So I am gonna go ahead and use my brush and try to build it up in some places. So I'd say this is about medium coverage, high medium coverage. Let's see, I'm gonna do just a little bit more. It's just the pump is so weird on this. Like it does pump it, but I guess because it's such a liquidy product, they made it where it's like a slow pump. I don't think so far, like it's not really set yet, but this doesn't look matte to me. Like I've had foundations, like it is pretty matte, but it's not super matte. Like I still feel like it has a really nice natural finish. I do feel like I get better coverage with a brush, but I like the finish of the sponge. So if you apply it with a brush and then just smooth over it with the sponge, I feel like that's the best way to go. Really looking up close, it doesn't accentuate my pores. It actually makes them look pretty good. So far I like this. Let's go ahead and move on and do concealer. I've actually never tried their no filter concealer, so I really was like, you know what, might as well just pick it up and do a whole like no filter collection review. And I do like how light this goes because I personally love a super bright highlighted under eye. So I got mine in the shade Fair 02. That's a good applicator that I like. I did hear that this dries down darker or oxidizes really bad, so that's why I got the lightest shade. It's kind of thick for me. I used to love the Tarte Shape Tape, but then I was like, dude, this is really thick. I'm just gonna conceal my smile lines, brighten up the center of my face with this. Okay, well hopefully our face is all brightened up, and let's blend this out with the sponge. One thing I really did like about their website is that when you pick out a foundation, it matches you with the concealer that you would probably pick. So that's why I just picked this one, because it matched with this foundation. I feel like I'm looking very fair on camera. And I feel like the concealer has more of a mattifying finish than the foundation did. Like, I feel like this is a concealer I'd really barely have to set. Okay, I feel like that blended out fine. Like, it looks nice and highlighted, and I'm really bright under my eyes. So I feel like that's going to be a really good concealer to use when I use a darker foundation, because it'll really be able to like highlight my face. So okay, I want to go ahead and set this concealer because I feel like it's going to crease on my eyes. Okay, so now I'm going to use the new ColourPop No Filter setting powder. I got it in the shade Translucent, but for some reason I was expecting this to be like a big container, and it's like this big. So when you open it, it has a sifter with a sticker over it. And I really hope this shade actually is translucent, because I hate when you order shades and it's not translucent. And I mean, to me, this doesn't look translucent. I'm just gonna pick some up on my sponge. This powder has a weird texture. This definitely looks more yellow toned. Okay, so this is what everything is looking like so far. Okay, so far I already can tell I am not liking that powder. It just doesn't look good. And it's not translucent. Like, I feel like it left a yellow tone kind of undercast under my eyes, but I don't know. We'll see how it wears, but so far not loving the powder, but I liked everything before I put the powder on, so I don't know. The setting powder is $9, and they also have a pressed powder, but I just never use pressed powder, so I didn't even bother with that. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be back to check in with you guys after that's done, and I will also give you a clip in natural lighting. So I'm back with all my makeup on. I have some thoughts about the foundation and the powder. The powder looks better now that I put everything on, and like I feel like I look like myself now. I do think that what threw me off was the shade of the foundation because I am used to using like a darker foundation. So, I mean, I like it. I want to keep trying it out. I don't want to give you my final thoughts because this is the first impressions and I never really know until I'm actually done and used it for a while. So I'm going to keep testing all the products out. The powder, I'm not really a huge fan on. If there's one thing I was going to pass on, it would be the powder. I did use the new Super Shock highlighter a little bit. And it's hard to tell on camera, but it has a very pink undertone and reflect to it. So if you look straight at it and then you tilt it and the light hits it the right way, it's pink. I don't think you're going to be able to see it on camera. Let's try it. Oh, there you go. I bet you can see it that way. See, it looks pink, but then it's like not pink though. I don't know. It's kind of hard. So it's okay. I didn't realize I was buying one that had a pink undertone. Like I said, I just needed free shipping, so I threw that in my cart. I did my eyes with the ColourPop Kathleen Dream Street palette, and then I used the Super Shock Shadow Fluffy on top of it, and I love the Super Shock shadows. These are probably my favorite thing from ColourPop. They're just so pretty. I really had to use a lot of bronzer and contouring products to get my skin to this tone. So, but yeah, overall, I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's going to be my favorite though, just judging off this right now. But I will keep you guys updated. I'm going to wear this throughout the day and just run some errands and let you guys know how it wears. So I will check in and do a clip in natural lighting. It is raining here today, so it's not going to be super natural lighting. So that's pretty much it on this part of the video. And I'll be back to wrap everything up at the end of the night and let you guys know my thoughts on this foundation and what I think about it and how it wore throughout the day. Okay guys, so it stopped raining, so I wanted to do a check-in in natural lighting. Honestly, I don't like it. I don't know if it's the powder, the concealer. It just doesn't look good. Like, look at my nose. I mean, I just put this on like less than an hour ago. I don't know. It's already kind of setting in my smile lines, which like hasn't been happening. I just want to keep wearing it and try it out in a different way, maybe like try it out with a different primer, with an actual primer. Try it out without the concealer, try it by itself. So I'm gonna keep wearing it and trying it out. This isn't my final thoughts or anything, but I can do a wrap-up video if you guys would like in a week or two after I've tried it for a good bit, a different variety of ways. I can definitely do that, but it looks good from far away, but when you look up close like this, I don't know guys. I really wanted to love this, but I don't know. So I'm back home now and I'm just trying to do this check-in. Hi, Uncle Bear, you want to say hi? No. So the foundation looks pretty oily. Like, I don't get oily, so for this to be a mattifying foundation, I just feel like I look greasy. I don't know. I'm overall not loving it, not hating it still. I'm going to still keep it on for a few more hours. It's 5 o'clock right now and I put this on at 11. So it hasn't been that long and I wear my foundations for a very long time. It did kind of settle into my smile lines and then kind of already rubbed off on my chin, as you can see right here. So yeah. Honestly, that CoverGirl True Matte Made one I just reviewed, I really like that one better than this one, and that one's only $8 and this one's $12 and you get a full ounce of product. So if you have to choose, right now, I think I would pick the CoverGirl one over the ColourPop one. Hey guys, so it's a few hours later. It is now 7:30 in the evening, so it's been on over 8 hours, and honestly, I'm just ready to take my makeup off and be done with this day. I'm just ready to relax, and I got a million mosquito bites. That's why I'm itching like obsessively right now. We hung out outside and played with the dogs, and I came in and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been eaten alive. This is a first impression and I really want to keep testing it out and just make sure that it's something that I really love. But I mean, for 12 bucks, if you're curious about it, you might as well try it out. If anything, I feel like it would be a really good mixing foundation. I don't think that all of the claims are as accurate. Like, I don't really see this being a mattifying foundation. I don't even have oily skin and it made me kind of look like I do. I mean, then again, I didn't use hardly any powder except under my eyes. I did really like the concealer though. I feel like I'm going to try that out tomorrow with another foundation. So in this review, if it's up by tomorrow, then I'll pin a comment on what I thought of the concealer on top of a different foundation. So again, this is just a first impression. I'm going to keep using it. I just really haven't made up my mind. I'm going to keep trying it out for sure though, because I really do want to see if I can make it work. Mixing it with other foundations is something I'm really into, mixing foundations, and then trying it out with like different primers, different application methods, like using a different brush, a different sponge, like my Real Technique sponge, there's a bunch of different factors that could play into it. So that is my review on the new ColourPop No Filter collection. The powder, not a fan of. The concealer and foundation I want to keep trying. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment down below and subscribe to my channel before you leave. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos from me in the future, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. What do you think of my foundation?
Looks good.
It looks pretty pale though, doesn't it?
It does. At least it's on smooth.
Yeah.
It's not powdery looking.
Well, I haven't put any powder on yet, so that's what I'm about to test out. Their new powder.